right, welcome back, everybody. President Trump calling today Liberation Day as he prepares to announce a bunch of new tariffs. So that follows election results in 3 key races yesterday. So some excitement there, both in Florida and Wisconsin. Let's talk to Doug Luzader. A lot going on this morning. Doug, good morning.
Good morning. Quite a bit, and we'll get to those election results in a moment. But first, the president's new tariffs. We expect this announcement to be about 6 hours away, but we don't yet know the specifics. The markets haven't liked all this uncertainty, but President Trump is already promising that new tariffs today are the key to U.S. prosperity.
I think it's going to be something that's going to bring a lot of wealth back to our country, tremendous wealth back to our country, actually.
The precise numbers are still unclear, but the president is describing these new tariffs as reciprocal, charging other countries largely what they charge us. That's on top of new tariffs on cars, steel, and aluminum.
Let's be clear. Donald Trump's tariffs are a tax hike on American families.
Democrats say consumers will foot the bill. Economists will closely keep an eye on inflation.
There's an uncertainty that people are expressing to us, which is a bit tinged with a fear. They don't want to go back to the kind of inflationary environment that we had in 21 and 22. And we're just going to have to see how this plays out.
And to the people of Wisconsin, thank you.
Today's announcement comes after a big win for Democrats in Wisconsin. A liberal judge easily won a state Supreme Court seat there in what had become the most expensive judicial race in history. There were billionaires on both sides, including Elon Musk, who had pushed for a conservative win to change the court's balance.
This is Trump country.
Florida, on the other hand, was a different story, as Republicans fended off Democratic challengers to hold on to 2 U.S. House seats. Republicans were able to hold on to those seats, but the fact that they are now occupied will make it easier for Republicans in the House to get legislation through. Dina.
All right, Doug, lots of interesting things. When we talk about these tariffs, how soon, and I know you're not an economist, and heavens knows I'm not either, but what are the predictions about when we could see the outcome of this pretty extreme measures that we're going to see kick in today?
Well, we're already seeing some prices rise with cars, for instance, even though some of those tariffs haven't hit yet. We just don't know what the mix is going to look like today, or kind of the dynamic quality of all of this, whether if we raise tariffs on nations that tariff us, if those tariffs will begin to drop away. I mean, it really is kind of a moving picture here. It just depends on what the president announces today, and they've been keeping this pretty close. What is
the significance of calling it the day of liberation? Or do we know?
Well, I think what the president is saying is that this would be kind of a fundamental reset for the U.S. economy, and that it would help bring manufacturing back to the United States. That's the long-term goal here. But as we keep saying, there is almost certainly going to be some short-term pain on the way there in the form of higher prices. But if you take the White House goal here as gospel, this would bring manufacturing back to the United States and have a payoff in the long term. Now, obviously, not all economists see it that way, but the president will make his case this afternoon in the Rose Garden at the White House.
Is the fact that he's in the Rose Garden, does that say something about what's happening today as far as how significant this is to his presidency?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we don't often see Rose Garden addresses, and this is something that a president generally keeps in their back pocket to kind of elevate an announcement. It may be a little bit of an inside thing, but it's supposed to add to the grandeur of the announcement. So we'll see. There have been some reports that they are still kind of working out the details here, though, in advance of the big unveiling this afternoon at 4 o'clock.
All right. We'll be watching. Doug Luzader, thank you as always.
Thanks, Dina.